We're back. Just finishing up here. These cage bound half diminished seventh arpeggios are contained by the tripentatonic um, scales, superimposed scales. So this is every single number. This is all a diatonic scale: 6, 7, root, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way up to root. Okay. So these blue notes are obviously contained within that diatonic, and furthermore, they're contained within the G, C, D, which is the diatonic. Would you do the three pentatonic scales? Now, which pentatonic scale they're actually contained in? Well, let's look. We got, or which ones aren't they contained in? We got the 6 and the 7. Now, that's not part of the G. The 7 isn't part of the G pentatonic. Okay, the 7 isn't part of the C pentatonic, but it's part of the D pentatonic. All right, D is 6, 7, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. All right, so right there, you know, it's not in everything, and it's just about sharing notes. Does a seventh half diminished seventh? Okay, here's seventh half diminished. Here's seventh half diminished seventh. You know, what notes does it share in the, you know, in the pentatonics there? Now the G pentatonic is like 6, root, 2, 3, 5, 6. Okay, and so also then again to root 2, 3, 5. When you go to the D pentatonic, you're going, starting on the 6, you're going 6, 6, 7. Okay, this is the problem. The D pentatonic is not the D-shaped C pentatonic, a D-shaped fifth pentatonic rather, which is in the key of, which is the mixolydian of the root key of G, contains that 7. That's where that 7 comes from, the D-shaped fifth, D5. 5 being G7, the mixolydian. Okay, so this is Ionian, Lydian, mixolydian. That's where the 7 comes from. So this cage-bound seventh arpeggio is contained completely by the diatonic scale, obviously. You know, it's all the same. It's not really saying much, but it does fit in there. Now, when you're dealing with triads fit nicely into their parent pentatonic scales. I'll tell you that much. So, contains, okay, that kind of thing. Let's move along. We will never get through this. We'll never get to those diminished chords we want to get to. So that's cage-bound arpeggios. You can use them to make chords. Here's a 7, 2, 4, 6. You know, you can use them to make chords. You can just do the intervals, raw intervals, starting from that 6. You know, you're going to go a whole step to the 7th, then a minor to the 2nd, and then another minor to the 4th, but you want to go on the same string on that minor, right? Kind of thing, maybe. No, I'm in the next cage. I'm doing this cage now. So it's 6 to the 7, 2 to the 4. Then you go up a major interval there. 4 to the 6th. Okay, now you want to go, you want to do the 6 to the 2. The problem is there's no set. You'd have to get this 7. Sorry, this 6 doesn't go to the 2. You want to go back for this 7. Sorry. You know, again, you could do it by intervals. if you want to just do a little bit of interval work. And it's wonderful because this kind of gets us to the bottom fretboard here, which is full diminished, and this is out of the mode. This is the first out of the major mode lesson subject that I've covered so far. It's taken me this much time, like 6 months or something of this, well, like about 3 months of this half diminished stuff before I would even touch an altered chord, you know. So last night I saw a pretty good video by a guy, I forget his name, but you know, he was explaining the same thing, and I've seen many videos on they talking about the flat ninth. When he was talking about the flat ninth, that was relative to, that was treating the seventh half diminished as a new root. So if you got a, you know, if you're going to call the seventh the root, then the ninth is going to be the sixth, actually, of the root. Okay, now how does that work? That's the eighth. Okay, then the ninth would be like something like that, and then you flat that. All right, that's actually the root key, but you have to look at it. I'm explaining it wrong. It was the ninth of the fifth, not of the seventh. So if you take the fifth, okay, that's the eighth, is the octave, and then you go to the ninth, which is the sixth of the root key, and you flat that. All right, so you're playing this diminished, this dominant fifth. You take away the root of it, and then you add the flatted ninth of that fifth, which is the flatted sixth of the root key, and you get this full diminished thing. Here's the monster. Okay? Like that. That's full diminished, and that is out of the mode of C. It's the first actual altered chord that you'll see. Altered meaning it's not altered within the mode. And that'll bring us right back to this fretboard here, second, third, and root inversions. We are making alterations, not strictly alterations, but we are playing a Dorian. We're adding the seventh in the mode. So it's not an alteration. We're adding the seventh and we're staying in the mode. And this is the way you stay safe. So how do we, another way to play half diminished, we're back to half diminished now. Not this, but this. Okay, I'll jump around a little bit. Is you play the Dorian and add the seventh. You don't have to play a Dorian seventh, okay? So it's just a Dorian and add the seventh, and it gives you that half diminished seventh. All right, so we play a Dorian second. So suppose we're playing in the key of C. Key of C. Right down here, right here. Key of C. Here's our C. 5 root 3, 5 root 3. Ready? Go. Alright? That's our key of C. Let's not get carried away, right? Now I'm going to take it to a Dorian. But if I add that seventh, it's going to be something like this. Now we made this mistake before. We've got 7, 2, and 4 right there. No, we didn't make that mistake this time. All right, so here's 6, 2, 4, which is straight Dorian, and here's 7, 2, 4.